Hello, and welcome to another update video about ETH. So on the ETH chart, situation rather unchanged. Well, the only noteworthy thing is that the price formed a new local low, but it hasn't broken down yet, at least nothing that I would call, it's broken down or something. It keeps the door open currently still for a more healthy B wave. Okay, so we want to take a look at that in this video. First, for anybody who is maybe new on this channel, the idea has been that a wave 1 should form a top in this region, ideally all the way up to 2,530, not above that. So between 2,200 and 2,530 was sort of the target for this entire move up, which started here in October. Okay, so looking at this counts as a 5-wave move, as a leading diagonal. And now if we take a look at the detail, we really had basically most waves in place here. It could have extended, but basically we had all waves in place. So we were then watching for a first break of micro support to tell us that this wave 2 is unfolding. And what we have right now is a situation in which this wave 2 is likely unfolding. Wave 2 has likely not completed. Okay, that's the other bit. So wave 2 is likely still unfolding. Also because this bit here isn't very clearly a good bottoming structure, or at least it's not a reliable bottoming structure. So we at the moment still need to keep the door open for lower prices. But what I would like to see is a clear 3-wave structure in this wave 2 correction. The support area is located between $1,676 and $2,008. Okay, so 2008, 1905, 1807, 1676. Even though we don't ideally go down that much, on the way to completing this wave 2, which is basically, let's say, the more direct white wave count, we're forming here an A wave, B wave, C wave. Now, this can always extend into a larger A, B, C structure. And that's what time will tell. But for now, I can tell you that I have no evidence that this entire correction is over. So at the moment, I still prefer to see the correction unfold, just because it hasn't given us any evidence it's over, and also because we haven't even reached the support area. I would prefer a clearer 3-wave move down, or a clearer move here overall, because that was the dog. Because we usually like to see a healthy ABC correction with a healthy B wave. That means that we can recognize these subwaves quite well. So we want to recognize them in order to calculate ideal target levels as well later on the way to the downside. So this is basically the structure that we're dealing with, and that shouldn't be any surprise. Again, important is to understand that as long as the price is holding overall 1676, there is currently no reason to assume that the bear market is back. What you absolutely need to understand is that if we come down into this yellow support region, most people will believe that the bear is back. Okay, most people will believe the bear market is back, and that is, well, completely typical for a wave 2 correction. Okay, so reminder, on the ETH chart, we assume this is a wave 2 correction. Wave 2s are there to scare people. Sometimes they bore you out, but that's more the job of a wave 4. But in a wave 2, typically people get scared. They can be very deep. Now, most recently, or this year, ETH often retraced into the regions around the 50% retracement and the golden ratio, 61.8 retracement. So 1905, 1807. These have sort of been the levels that ETH liked to address in a wave 2 throughout this year. In a clearer ABC structure, it is entirely possible that all of this was the A wave. We're now forming an A, overshooting B wave to the downside, and then C wave up in a flat structure in a larger B, then come down. It's also possible, and I highlighted that here in yellow, that this is an Elliott wave triangle, A, B, C, D, E, and it's breaking down, but it would then need to break below the trend line to confirm that. And a move above what I have labeled here as E wave high at 2,207 would rather suggest that a larger B wave is unfolding. Either way, against 2,346, for now the focus is on the downside. While I would like to see a larger B wave, this is the resistance against which I would focus on lower. Okay, that's my update about ETH. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.